Um, yeah, any... Oh, I have checklist things. Hang on. So, I was thinking, uh, before we start, Shal'houb, I think you accomplished a minor quest last week. Given what you
Uh,
told us in your sketch, given how you reacted to these birds
oh yeah,
being out
yeah.
of whack, destroying the pillar, that totally feels like a minor quest. And the way that works is you would just declare what the quest is, and then I'll tell you if it's minor or major. I think that's the way to do it, just because I have a better insight into that based on what I know about the situational prep. Um,
Okay.
so that means that, and if you wouldn't mind keeping track of the quests, both of you, that would be great. The way that'll
Oh
work
yeah.
for advancement is that you have slain a monster, a level 3 monster, basically.
Right.
So so you get the XP for the pillar, the bat, and accomplishing the quest. So
Right.
that's pretty cool.
How, I still have a major quest going,
You
which I may
do.
or may not accomplish, honestly, depending on what happens.
Yeah, what's the exact wording of it? Just to refresh my memory.
I fucking read it. I mean, I know that it was like to delve the mysteries of the pillar.
Nice.
Yeah, but or like to understand it. I
Hmm.
actually don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, but we'll see. Where did I send my character? Now I'm like, where's my goddamn character sheet? I fucking hate everything. Okay.
And then the only, I was just going to look in the book, but you should be keeping track of which powers you have, which daily powers you've consumed,
Yes,
and
yeah.
which,
We only have one, right?
yes,
I
Yeah,
have
you,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have several.
You have several.
Well, I
Okay.
have three.
Oh,
are
I
those
have
daily or encounter?
so hang on. I have the engaging spirits says encounter. Okay, so I got to but I get it as a daily for a reason.
oh yeah. I
Oh,
had something like that where I got an
nice.
at will as a daily.
Right. So that's one. Then I have the hunter's instinct, which is my utility,
Mm-hmm.
which added another daily, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Those can vary. And then I have, yeah, my renewing strike is my like chosen daily one, I think.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Okay.
a couple bonuses.
Yeah, I have been diligently tracking it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder. It's literally just like I will understand what is happening with this pillar, bringing me
Nice.
stuff here. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I'm going to say that that's actually going to be identical to the skill challenge
yeah,
that you're
that
both
makes sense.
participating in, because
Yeah.
if you win the skill challenge, you're going to probably win that one.
Right.
So yeah. Uh, so you can so where we left off, you'd killed the bat, my beautiful bat.
Yeah, it was sad.
You were in the stairwell, so you're at the end of an encounter. So XP wise, you get one major encounter for that. And then you can also take a short rest if you want. I don't. There's no reason not to. I don't think there are going to be some situations where encounters are following so closely upon one another that maybe you don't want to take the 5 minutes to do it, or you can't because like more another encounter is coming at you. But for the moment, like no reason to not just take 5 minutes and rest. Um, so you hear the rules for short rests. You can take as many as you want in a day. You can't do any strenuous activity during it. You get to renew your encounter powers during a short rest.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You can use an encounter power like a healing power uh, during a short rest, but I don't think anyone has that. And you can also spend as many healing surges as you want.
As many. Wow. Okay.
Yep. But
Hmm.
remember,
So
you're not getting those healing surges back until
yeah.
you take an extended rest.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I assume we would like not stay, or like maybe we would find, you know, we probably maybe we'd sit down somewhere that wasn't like this next to this bloody corpse.
Well, I mean, I think I need to look at this bloody corpse because it's vaguely resemblant to our little bird dinos that started the investigation, right? The large ones were missing, right? Or had been culled or something. And here's like a really large bird adjacent creature. I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
I gotta see what's up. Noah, do I have to like state my minor quest, or did we just kind of fill in the blank with what happened?
I think, yeah, you don't have to state it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just count it, and then I'll try to be more on top of things when I see either of you implicitly stating a quest.
Gotcha.
And also, of course, feel free to shout it out too. There's one other thing, if you can believe it. There's one other economy to keep track of, and it's cool. So you have a thing called an action point, and an action point lets you take another standard action on your turn. So you can spend it to like do some really cool shit, like attack twice, move 4 times. Like, it's really good. You only have one at any time, and you gain another one when you reach what's called a milestone. And a milestone is when you go through 2 major encounters without stopping for an extended rest. And I'll try to keep track of this. It might take a bit to internalize, but if you don't take an extended rest and you go through 2 encounters, you'll get another action point. So potentially, if like you fought through another encounter after this and then didn't spend your action point during it, you'd come out of it with 2 action points.
Oh, so you actually gain it.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then anytime you take an extended rest, you're going to lose all of your action points and then just gain 1 back. So you'll reset to 1 after each extended rest.
Okay.
So just something to be aware of. And
I have one power that interacts with that.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's good to know.
With milestones?
With action points.
Cool.
Like when I spend an action point, it can reactivate one of my encounter abilities.
Nice.
I think
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Okay, so Shal'houb, before we take this extended rest, are you going to examine this bat thing?
I got to. Yeah,
It's
let's
right here,
take a
yeah.
look. Am I nature rolling?
You are, and you're gonna roll. You're gonna roll against the standard difficulty for this level, which is 10.
Okay. And I get for nature my wisdom bonus and my +5.
Right.
Right. So as long as I don't roll a 1.
Correct.
Okay. Good to go. We're gonna learn some stuff. 17
Nice.
plus 9, 26. Boom.
Ooh. Okay, so yes, you discover that this is, in fact, a like mutated version of one of the birds. Doubtless one of the big, strong, the biggest, strongest, most survivable birds out there in that herd. It was culled. Now, this isn't totally weird to you, because remember, during this apocalyptic thing, like this evolutionary magic was unleashed, right? So these birds do evolve at a much more accelerated rate, right? So when you come back, when they come back on the migration path, they will have picked up new traits from wherever they were, right? So they might have like new coloration. They might have some kind of sudden adaptation to the cold, right? And there's always, and like with some of the monsters, that's, very dangerous because they might have evolved some like horrible, magical ability that they didn't have last season. Um, but this one, it has evolved obviously at a much faster rate than you're used to, and it has specialized to become a killing machine. It's kind of, generally this evolution is kind of happening in like a random, kind of sporadic distributed way. This one has just been narrowing in, and you would absolutely know there is an intelligence that was probably guiding this. Like, this isn't natural evolution. This thing has been shaped into a tool for a specific purpose. Yeah, that's what you find.
Oh, troubling. But also, I don't know, complicated. Depends who's doing the shaping. But I think Shal'houb is like looking towards Aldred and saying, this is what we've got this season. Like, we better make sure this meat is going to keep, start processing, get to know the new anatomy, because looks like this is what we're in for.
Okay, so I guess maybe our rest is us preparing this meat. Like, I guess we probably would, use it. I mean, it's an animal.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching a little bit too much of the reality show Alone to say that dressing a large animal is restful at all.
That makes,
Like, it is so laborious.
Yeah.
As much as I want that to be the case.
Right. So maybe before our rest we dress it and then we, take a break
to taste it and make sure it's not going to poison the whole can.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Can we do that? Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in the stairwell. Are you going to dress it here? Are you going to take it outside? Where are you doing this?
Maybe
it's cold out there. The light's decent in here. If we have a place to like hang it up or whatever, I'm sure we kind of have the expertise.
Yeah, I think
as hunters.
I don't know. Like, it probably would take two of us, right, to do this, or would this be a case where it would be a one-person job?
As someone who's been watching too much alone, you can do it by yourself.
But it's easier with two.
But yeah, two people is like way better.
Okay, yeah.
So less than half as hard, Yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is awesome. So yeah, where would you hang this thing? I mean, you could probably like truss it up on the like use the guardrail and some rope, throw it over something in the ceiling, and get it off the ground. Because I'm assuming like you hang it up and drain it, kind of like a deer. And yeah, I mean this is taking a while. We can roll in your success on the nature check into this, so I don't think it's another test here. You're kind of finding out about this thing's anatomy and evolution from cutting into it, and getting this meat. And what would you notice here? Well, there is within this thing, not only this mutated body, there's also technology.
Oh, okay. So I think
as you
this is probably where an Arcana roll comes in for Shal'houb. Jesus,
it's a good name.
Either. It is a good name. It's on my clearly Shal'houb's on my mind. I mean, all right. So
blossoming romance.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, no. So I should probably roll Arcana, right? Because I'm like, hey, look at this technology. Now, which
I'm appalled, by the way.
Here, because I have 4.
Ooh,
the pink one.
Red and orange.
Oh, pink one. Well, I'm gonna roll the pink one because Noah said it first.
You won.
All right, so I get a 9 plus 7, so 16.
Yeah, that will that'll do it. So, and again, I feel like we need some visual content here. So,
Yeah, so I
Shal'houb is
think
cutting in, and the
yeah.
blade like chunks against something
Mhm.
that like a bone in the wrong place or something, and there
Mhm.
is like this metallic kind of thread running through the flesh. It's like
Oh my
very,
god.
it's hard. Like the knife, like
Yeah.
kind of bounces off of it,
Mhm.
and it's coming from a unit in the skull.
Oh yeah, and at this point, I think Aldred like puts his hand on whatever the tool that Shal'houb is using, and is like wait, and kind of abandons the project of actually dressing this meat to like try to look at this technology. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's in some kind of like metallic casing that's like chrome and shiny. When you wipe the brain off of it, um, and these threads are kind of running through the body. Uh, at the ends of the threads, there are like sensors, so it is getting some kind of biometric information. You think
Hmm.
from the body, um, and it is tech. You haven't seen this before. This is Arcana's magical technology you have not
Right.
encountered before.
Hmm.
Uh, it is very highly advanced, so it's like more sophisticated and more subtle than Arcana you've encountered before.
Hmm.
Um, and arcane magic, it's like all about waves, transmissions. This thing is transmitting. It's on a wavelength.
Mm.
You can pick up a field that it's putting off. It's been receiving information from somewhere else, and it's
Oh
also sending
yeah.
information somewhere else.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's sending information. Okay. I think
Oh,
when
danger.
Aldred realizes this, he's like, I think we should, you know, maybe find somewhere to. Is it still transmitting information?
Oh, it's alive. Yeah,
Okay, Aldred's gonna break it
nice.
if possible.
Yeah, it doesn't explode or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Aldred's like, that thing was, sending information somewhere else, probably about us. I think we should probably hide and, you know, we can investigate this stuff further, maybe from like a nearby building or something, And he's like trying to get Shal'houb basically to, and he's like, I don't even know if the meat in this thing is worth the potential of, more devices inside of it, like giving information about our home.
Mm. I mean, yeah, I think, I understand the risk and I'm attached to, this is why we're out here. We're like, this is the food that's available. I don't want to bring back those scrawny things. And, there's a reason this was hiding out up there. That's like the safest place around, like the top of the tower. Let's just hole up upstairs, finish with this meat, get it separated from this technology. You broke it. They're not tracking us anymore. If anyone wants to come in and fight, like, try me. We.
Yeah, how does Aldred react to this? I think he's kind of lost in thought for a second, and then he says, "Okay, well, yeah, we can do it your way, Shal'houb." And then he's like, "Yeah, he's gonna try to help you bring this animal up to the higher chamber so that we can I think there were windows in it."
I think can I pridefully be like I've got it. Like I'm gonna carry it myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I wanna ask you to well, I'll tell you for the sake of the fiction.
Yeah.
Aldred, go go outside and examine the pillar quickly, and come straight back and I'll
Yeah.
have like prepared you a meal.
Okay, yeah.
Up there.
Yeah. So we haven't taken our short rest yet, obviously, right?
Mhm.
So just so we're clear about
Mhm.
that, I think
Mhm.
that there should be no surprises. So yeah, Eldred is going to go out and probably did it shatter? What is this thing like now?
So, okay, so Shal'houb, Eldred leaves Shal'houb, pulling this giant monstrous bat up the stairs. Uh, awesome. Goes outside. Uh, yeah, so it's fallen into the snow like pretty close to the tower. So you've got to like go downstairs to the service door again, back outside, back to the ring of frozen bird dinosaurs outside. Oh, and I guess it's like actually fallen among them. So they're all
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
these, they've just like shattered into pieces where this thing like landed. So there's like kind of a blast radius of these
Mhm.
things. Um, and what you find in the snow is this blackened, melted, kind of molten mess of metal that is no longer shining. It's no longer putting out that light. Uh, it's just a bunch of like wires and coils. Maybe it looks like a big like Tesla coil, maybe,
Mhm.
but it's just completely dead.
Yeah. And I think Aldred is kind of like disgusted by seeing this. He's like, he's like whispering to himself. The beauty of the thing was but a glamour put upon us. And so it's like a big ass Tesla coil thing.
Yeah,
Okay, so oh my god,
torn
I think
wires, pointing out in every direction. It melted the snow when it hit. It sizzled into the snow, exploded a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, it's chaos.
I mean, obviously he has to look at it and like try to figure out what it is. I mean, he like touched it and tried to communicate with it
Hmm.
previously, but
You did.
yeah. So I don't know if I can roll again for this because I
Oh yeah.
failed to
No,
figure
no,
that
you
out.
can. I'd say circumstances have changed enough that
Right.
you were communicating with it as a live thing. Now it's dead. You can dissect it. You can dig around in its
Yeah.
guts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think he feels less like it's this like beautiful magical thing and more like it's this disgusting trick.
yeah.
So, all right, I got a 9 again, so a 16.
Nice. All right, that is another success. Just so that you know, you have 4 successes, 1 failure. This thing, you will fail the challenge if you accumulate 4 failures, I believe.
Okay.
So, and you need 8 to finish it. Okay, so you're digging around in this thing. Um, oh, and I love if this were a TV series, we would have a montage of Aldred down in the snow digging through this technology and Shal'houb up in
Mhm.
the tower, dressing this monster, and it'd be
Oh yeah.
beautiful. So you find um, this is an enormous transmitter
Hmm.
that uh, can be tuned to psychic wavelengths. It can be tuned to a species psychic field in order to send out a call to individuals of a particular genetic
Oh
signature.
yeah.
You might not
So.
quite think of it that way. Like that's a very
Mhm.
scientific way of thinking about it. You might have a rougher, weirder, more cosmic way of thinking about it, but like that's
Yeah.
how it works.
Right.
Um, so this thing did like there's some kind of like dial, there's all kinds of like dials and settings that you could use. So this thing had been set to interface with these birds.
Hmm.
It had been used to call them, hold them in place. This was what was displacing the migratory patterns of these
Yeah.
animals. And I should have said this last week, but this like caused tangible hardship back home because you
Yeah.
couldn't hunt these birds. You didn't know where they
Yeah.
were. Um,
Oh my god. Yeah, this is sending like chills down Aldred's spine as he's like discovering what this thing can do. Yeah, sorry, did you have more though to say? Kind of interrupted.
you find you find like what would you call it? Like a signature, a sorcerer's mark. It's a logo.
Hmm.
There's like
Okay,
a
yeah.
there's a company logo that we would
Hmm.
recognize it as that, and it's like some stylized dragon. And again, written, maybe it's not that like it's gonna say like Dragon Corp or something, right? But in
Oh,
these
yeah,
intricate characters that you can't read.
Right, it looks like super cool, but the actual meaning is very yeah.
Yep. But of course, to you, it's like the mark of some mighty, mysterious sorcerer.
Right, of course.
So yeah, this thing's branded. It was produced in this city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Aldred is picturing, the wealth that we could have from this thing, and also the horrific social upheaval that we could have from this thing.
Oh, and I'll tell you one more thing. It is, now that it's destroyed,
Yeah.
it will never be used again. There's no, you can tell what it does. You have no idea how it does it. Like
Uh-huh.
the components that it's built of are, very intricate, very manufactured.
Right.
This, now that it's gone, it's gone
Like I
forever.
could not make this.
No one could. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay, so I think yeah. Okay, so I think Aldred is gonna go find his big cloak that he kind of threw off because he's been a little basically naked the whole time.
Yeah.
Which it's probably got a lot of fur in it and stuff like that, so it's really warm. And he's gonna put that on and then go inside, and I don't know, kick some snow over the top of this disgusting, monstrous thing, and yeah, go back inside. But yeah, I'm just all about these quests, I guess, but I'm thinking about declaring a quest about, obtaining one of these things for our tribe. I don't think I'd tell Shal'houb, but yeah, I'm thinking about that. But I don't know if I would know. Like you said that it's manufactured, right? Does my character understand that? That there are probably more of these?
Yeah, conceivably.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And there's no penalty to you can have as many quests as you want. This
Yeah,
one's
I think
obviously a major quest. Yeah, you can go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I'm going to declare that.